Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. Or you could go back to your couch, because if you've got Peacock, you can watch this movie for free on there. This is a film I was really looking forward to. I enjoyed the last film. Let's see if this film follows suit. My review of the 2021 horror sequel, Halloween Kills, coming up now.
After Laurie Strode sets fire to her house and thinks she's got Michael Myers finally about to meet his fate, unknown to Laurie, Michael escapes. Going back on another killing spree, Michael continues to haunt the town of Haddonfield. A group of townspeople, including Tommy Doyle, who encountered Michael back in 1978, and Laurie's daughter Karen and her granddaughter Allison, decide to band together and take the fight back to the serial killer. So what did I think of Halloween Kills? I thought it's an uninspired, lackluster horror sequel. It's directed by David Gordon Green, who's best known for directing comedies such as Pineapple Express and the previous film Halloween from 2018. While the 2018 entry had some fun humor thrown in, it was intentional. Here, there's so many times that I laughed out loud unintentionally at the madness going on. The film almost gets to the levels of campiness seen in Batman and Robin, and almost should have been marketed as a comedy, as it's the movie that I've laughed at the most all year. There were some parts that were intentionally funny that I did like, mostly the characters of Big John and Little John, but they certainly can't save the movie alone. The original Halloween is my favorite horror film of all time. All these years later, it still creeps me out when I watch it. In this entry, there's no creepiness factor at all, and just a couple of cheap jump scares that aren't even scary. Instead of lurking in the shadows, Michael just appears and kills someone, and then appears somewhere else and kills someone again. You get the picture. A lot of people have been saying it's a more gruesome entry as well, and there is a bit more, but it never gets as gory as a Saw movie or anything like that. The story is all over the place as well, and puts the main characters on the back burner or barely does anything with them for most of the film, focusing more on these mob members. So many unneeded characters are thrown in just so there can be a high body count. When the film finally got back to Laurie, I thought business would pick up, but instead we get a random what-if love storyline while she's in the hospital. There's also a subplot with another escaped inmate that's supposed to send a message, but it falls flat and ends up being just plain stupid. There's also too many flashbacks to the point it felt like half of a prequel, showing the previous events which have now changed since Halloween 2 is no longer canon. Some is just done to add more characters into the present and have them to connect to Michael in an eye-rolling fashion. Honestly, nothing really important in the story happens until the last few frames of the film. There's a lot of overacting and bad performances to go around as well. The cast stars Jamie Lee Curtis reprising her role as Laurie Strode, the survivor from Michael's 1978 killing spree who's suffering from PTSD, Judy Greer as Karen Nelson, Laurie's daughter who finds herself in Michael's path once again, Andy Matichak as Allison Nelson, Laurie's granddaughter who joins the mob, Will Patton as Frank Hawkins, the deputy sheriff who may not be as dead as we thought, and Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle, one of the kids Laurie babysat back in the 1970s who leads the gang to kill Michael. Halloween Kills isn't the worst entry in the Halloween franchise, most of which don't count anymore, but it is a killer disappointment. Number-wise, I'm going to give it the rating of 4 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of meh. It's okay.
Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube. youtube.com/westside of 515. Like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTroopAlist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and Instagram @WestAlist. Until next time, Troop out.